is your environment, but you're probably going to have to fight for it.
Frankly, it is no more than a fig leaf. If you're serious about the reef, look after the seagrass.
I don't know about you, but the thing that startled me after our successful policy announcement from the federal opposition and Shadow Environment Climate Change Minister, Greg Hunt, was the remarks by the leader of the Greens, Senator Milne. The Greens are supposed to look after the environment, but they've wasted their last 3 years in shared office with the Labor Party, worrying about gay marriage and asylum seekers. And I thought everybody elected them to look after the environment. I've got a lot of empathy for gay people. My young nephew committed suicide. I think it's a very important issue, but when we're coming into an election and you've got a party that's supposed to look after the environment and they knock a policy that will offer protection for dugongs and turtles, I think they're disgusting. I think that they should embrace any party that offers help to those animals, those unique animals. I'm disgusted in Senator Milne. I'm also disgusted in the Greens. In 4 years I've never had a response back from them. I personally fronted Senator Seward at the Wild Rivers Senate inquiry here in Cairns. She ran like a startled rabbit or someone with a can of deodorant. I don't know what scared of it. She took off like a gazelle in Africa. I'm sick and tired of these parties that just score political points rather than coming out with a policy. We're 2.5 weeks out from the end of the election. No policies from either the Labor Party or from the Greens. We've got Bob Catter, who always advocates shooting crocodiles. He wants to shoot flying foxes. Anyone that votes for a party that has no policy on these animals, you're wasting your vote. You know, you're worried about yourself rather than the animals. My leanings all my life have been Labor. I cost the Coalition $440 million in 2001 when they tried to shut down the defence industry. I'm no lover of the Libs, but I put aside my personal wants and what I want for myself and what can help my pocket to help the animals. So I hope at this election you really give some serious thought to where you're going to put your vote. I don't like a lot of other policies that maybe the Coalition has. I don't like a lot of policies that Labor have. I don't like a lot of policies that the Greens have. But you can't get everything in one basket, so I'm going to take what I can get for the animals, and that $5 million announcement for true Indigenous rangers with prosecution powers, not ones just with a badge on saying I'm a ranger and they go out and kill as many as everybody else. These blokes are going to be like a flying squad that will go to from community to community where there are hotspots. So I'm really hopeful that this policy announced by the Coalition will save a lot of animals. Also, Greg Hunt announced in the last couple of days a Threatened Species Committee. Well, I think that's probably a direct result from our Animal Coalition. That's something we asked for, that no animal in danger or vulnerable be killed by anyone, not just Indigenous people. So I welcome the new announcement. There's going to be a Threatened Species Committee that'll focus on the animals. I've sent that list, that EPBC list on threatened species to everybody. And if you saw the amount of animals we've wiped out in the last 200 years, and we're responsible too. It's not just Indigenous people that do this. There's a lot of people, with all the other threats that they have. So give some serious thought to, who you're going to vote for. Don't just be locked in on somebody. Like I said, I voted Labor. I'm 61 years old. I've voted Labor every election bar the last state election because they changed the cruelty laws, the LNP. And I voted Liberal back when Mark Latham, that moron from the Labor Party, he was mad as a snake, was going to run for office. So I voted Liberal then. But every other election I voted Labor. So for me to be saying vote Coalition, I'm doing it for the animals, not for me, because I couldn't give a rat's about any of them really. I just care about the animals. So I hope you give a lot of thought to who you walk in there and put your tick beside on September 7th, because I certainly know who I'm going to be voting for. It'll be the Coalition, because I'm going to vote for the animals. I also still remember that Tony Burke said that people that follow Bob Irwin and I attract some of the worst elements in Australian society. Well, if you've got a budgie, a dog or a cat, you're one of the people he was talking about. He's no longer the Environment Minister now. He's looking after refugees and asylum seekers. Well, he's going to be as good as that as he was Environment Minister. So see you all at Centrelink.